It's 20k. I'll give her 20k. Now she get her, so she said I will still pay her agent fee. And when the soccer away fools, you are going to have to pack it. There were a lot of crazy rules in that list. I was charged 50k for that 2 weeks that I stayed. Now I wanted to do big girl, and I went to rent house that would be waking up by 5. Hi besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nduka Chinaza favor, and thank you so much for like I really don't miss saying hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Like I really, oh my god, but now I'm back, and like I miss you guys, and I hope you guys miss me too, because I was thinking about you the whole time. Like you guys, my subscribers are like, they give me enough joy. You guys need to see how the sun was hitting me from this side this afternoon when I was trying to make a YouTube video. In fact, I tried to make this video like 3 times before I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to make it. Like I'm just going to make it. Anytime I take the phone, I want to record, tears will almost drop from my eyes because it's been long on YouTube. But that aside, like guys, I don't want you guys to miss out on any of this gist I'm about to give you right now. So please watch to the end of this video. Sometime early this year, yeah, they served me hot, see my lips, hot breakfast was served by my landlord. Earlier last year, as you guys know, I got admission into nursing school, and I started staying in the hostel initially. Like I was living in the hostel and all that, and the hostel is kind of bad. Like everything is not up to standard like that. Unlike I've stayed in hostel before, so it's not like I'm not used to staying in hostels. I stay in hostels, but this one was kind of worst. Was sometimes like would not have water, would not have light and all that. So all those issues, they were good. They were there initially. Like I stayed like for 6 months. Yeah, they were there initially, but it got to a point where it became very worst, and we couldn't even take it anymore. Sorry, I couldn't even take it anymore because people were taking it. Because yeah, people were actually managing and trying to survive there. But I was complaining a lot to the point that I actually talked to my dad that I really want to move. I really want to leave the hostel, and an unplanned house actually came in from nowhere. So one day I was in the ward during clinical posting, where in the ward and all that. I was posted to the theater, so I was on duty that very day, and my dad called me and he said call this number. He just sent a number and he said call the number. This person has is a student that's planning to graduate from the school, so call the number, and so you could retain her apartment. That was like the agreement that she had with my dad and all that. So I was even surprised, like I should just call number and go and check house. Like even allow me to look for house myself. My dad is not like someone that stays in a cool. Like he's not like someone that stays around, you get. So he doesn't really know the apartment. So I'm like, how do you even know that this apartment is up to standard? Like is fine, like is comfortable, not like comfortable, but it's manageable to stay in and go to your nursing school. And he said he actually confirmed from the person staying there and other people, and they told him that the apartment was nice and all that. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll check it out. So after work that day, I called the number and the person asked me to come. And I saw this beautiful apartment. I'm going to shift to this side because I'll be posting the apartment videos and everything on this other side so you guys can see. So before I continue, this place where I'm schooling is actually a place where there is like a village. Like a very deep village that you don't really get houses there. And even when you get houses, when you manage to see like apartment and all that, the toilet will be outside. You get like it's going to be like a room, but the toilet and bedroom is outside. Like everybody in the compound is using it. And sometimes when you even like, it's difficult to see like an apartment there because they are occupied by the community people, not even students. There's not like, it's not like a, sorry guys, I keep adjusting this week. It's not like an apartment that you would, you hardly see an apartment with toilets and bedroom inside. What's it called? Self-contained, right? Yeah, I think self-contained. Yeah, you don't see that. But when I saw this house in this like I did not know that this house was in this village. The house was beautiful. Like as like you can see, the gates, the in fact everything in the house was just 100. It was just giving good, good. Go for it. Don't let it go. Go for it. And to be honest, yeah, I actually fell in love with the apartment at first sight. Then the turn off was the landlady. The landlady is mad. The woman is she's mentally unstable. The student that was planning that I was going to return her apartment took me to the landlady. She told me, "Do you like?" Before I said anything, do you like you like the house? You know how Mama and the woman is like a very old woman. You get. Mama said, "Do you like this house?" I said, "Yes, ma. I love. In fact, I'm packing in today. Like I want to move in today." And she was like, "Okay, so many people are coming for that apartment," and I'm like, I'm not surprised because this house is giving. Like there's nobody that will see this house that will not want to live in this apartment. Like the house is giving. The house is very beautiful. Is everything. You know, there's water, there's lights, there's everything. And you know, we got talking. She told me the apartment was it 400k? I mean 300. I can't really remember because it's been a while. Yeah, she actually said either 300 or 400. So yeah, we agreed on the price. She said her own price there is her own price is 20k. I'll give her 20k. That she get her so she said I will still pay her agent fee. In my head I'm like, for your own house I'll still pay you agent fee, but I did not complain. I paid her. She said she doesn't want transfer, she wants cash. And this was the period where there was no like cash around anywhere. You could hardly get cash. That was the period where banks were crowded, could barely survive and all that. But because I wanted this apartment, I would go. There's no bank in that village, so I have to go to the next town. Like I have to travel to the next town very early to go and queue up for bank at the bank so I can be able to pay my house rent. So yeah, I actually got to the bank. This is a very long story. I'm trying to go to the shows. Like a lot happened. So I actually got to the bank very early. The first day I go to the bank, they didn't give me more than 100,000 because they said it's their policy, you can't withdraw more than that, something like that. So I had to come back the next day. The next day I was like, I talked to the cashier and all that. Sorry, I need to adjust. Okay, so I talked to the cashier and please, I can't really be coming because then we're at clinical posting. I'm like, I'm on duty. I can't be coming like every time from the other village and be coming just because I want to withdraw and all that. And I'm a nurse. I explained everything. Immediately she heard that I'm a nurse, she was just like, how much do you want? Put the money. Just tell me, bye bye, carry your money and go. I was so happy that's worked out. I was happy when I collected the money because I was like, okay, finally secured this apartment. Fine, I paid for the apartment, and you know, I was supposed to go for holiday. I think so. I think there was Christmas holiday also, or Easter. I can't remember. No, it's not Easter. It should be Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. So I paid for the apartment and all that, and she didn't give me the key immediately. It's like when I come back, she didn't give me the key. She had the key. I took the money. I said, "Shebi, when I'm ready to move in, you will give me the key." She said, "Yes, no wahala." And she gave me rules, guys. You need to see the rules. I think I snapped them on my phone, so I'm going to be reading from my phone. No friends. So one of the rules is no friends, and you don't get to bring anybody. Even if you get to bring anybody, before you get to bring the person, you have to tell the landlady. Then another one, when you suck away foods, you are going to have to pack it. The other rule is anything, anytime you're washing clothes, make sure you bring it outside and go and throw it outside. Like, there's a lot of crazy rules. There were a lot of crazy rules in that list. I can't even begin to list because there's a lot of crazy things. So I actually moved in. I stayed in this apartment for just 2 weeks. I was charged 50k for that 2 weeks that I stayed. The first day I got into my apartment, I packed in and all that. I wanted to hang my curtain, you know, use nail and nail the curtain. It's a lot, guys. I don't know how to say this story that in a way that is going to be short, but yeah. So my dad actually brought me to the apartment and all that the day I was resuming. So he brought my things and all that. So I was like, okay, you know what, since there's a man in the house here, let my dad help me to nail the curtain. Immediately my dad was nailing the curtain, she just shouted, like she was just screaming and shouting, why would you do that? Why would you put a nail on my wall? How dare you put a nail on my wall? Don't do that. I'm like, this is where it gets interesting here. I didn't put curtain. There was no curtain, there was nothing. And I went inside my apartment. I laid down because then I had malaria. I was treating malaria then. So I was laying down and she called me. Picked up the call and she said, what am I doing inside? I'm like, excuse me, you say what am I doing inside? Where? Somewhere that I pay that much, I should not stay inside. Where do you want me to stay? Because she's an elderly person and all that, I'm like trying to show her the respect and all that. So I talked to her and all that, and she said she did not see me since she was worried. I'm like, why would you be worried? Like, I've paid you your money. You should not put your nose in my business. I don't like people putting their nose in my business. The next day I went to school, came back tired, slept on my bed. Normally I'm an introvert. I don't have much friends, so I thought probably I won't have like issue with her on that based on her rule. But I had this friend in school, and you know, she wanted to come over. I was like, okay, fine, you can come over. She came over. Before we gist, time has already gone safe. I was like, okay, fine, you know what, you can just sleep over and all that. And this one was pissed. For a girlfriend, not even a man that came to visit me. Not even a man. If it's a man now that came to visit me, I said, okay, you have the right to be angry, but you should not still be angry because I have the right to bring whoever I want in my fucking apartment. Language. But then again, she was angry, and you know, I didn't even care because at this point that it was getting up to here. There's another rule in that list that says that you as a tenant, you must wake up every morning to sweep the compound. Sweep is like in the compound or outside the compound, anywhere you choose, but you must sweep. And my school starts at 8 a.m. When do I sleep that we wake up before 8? And I went to rent house that will be waking up by 5, just because I have to prepare, so that when I just bath, after bathing, you guys forgive my English, but I'm coming. When I just bath and I wait to see, so that I go and sweep. Even in my father's house, I used to wake up like that to go and sweep. Like, I can't even begin to explain like everything that woman did, because this video will reach 2 hours. The house doesn't even belong to her. It belongs to her son. Her son built it and gave her one apartment and the rest for tenant. So this was where I was served breakfast by the landlord. So the other tenants, they were having up to, actually we woke up one morning, and I noticed that anytime I wake up and I open my door, and if she was outside, she would go inside. Like, anytime she sees me, she starts running. Like, why will you run from your tenants? Why would you run from your tenant if you are not an evil person? So this woman keeps running. She keeps running from me, and I don't even know why I did. You know, as a young, innocent child that I am, I just wake up, do my thing, go to class. I saw that the treatment was, silent treatment was becoming somehow. I just mind my business. I don't even used to go and beat her, because one day she worried me that I don't need to come and beat her. That when I wake up from school, before I go to class, I'm supposed to come and greet her. When I come back from school, I'll come and greet her. Like, I don't know, these old people be seeking attention, bro. These old people be seeking attention. So like, I stopped doing all that, and it got to a point where she started talking. Like, in the morning like this, everybody will wake up with happiness and all that. You hear your landlady shouting all over the compound like a mad person. Like, bro, calm down. Why are you shouting? she'll be talking, and she speaks Urobo, and I don't understand Urobo. I'm Delta and Igbo, so I do not understand Urobo. And she speaks Urobo. She starts shouting, start talking a lot of them. But when I knew that she was talking about me was when she speak Urobo. You know that it's not all Urobo that you can speak. There is some parts that you will want to put English. So she put English, and that English is directed to me. It's directed to me. Like, this girl, is you, I'm talking to you, a bad child. Like, that was what she was saying. Like, this girl, this tenant is a bad tenant. This was just like a week ago that I just entered. A week. So like, I didn't even tell my dad all that. There were a lot of things. Probably I will tell people like as soon as the video gets going. When I make more videos, I'll be, you know, telling people the rest. But then again, yeah, so the other tenants, she was doing the same thing to the other tenant. She wasn't talking to the other tenant. She wasn't even like she was running away too from the other tenant. When she sees them, she will run back inside. She will not want you to greet her. She will not want to answer you and all that. So that kept happening. And you know, the other tenant got fed up and they left. They woke up one morning and told her that they've seen house, that they need their money back and they are leaving because they literally just paid their rent. So they had to collect their rent back. So immediately I saw that, I was like, you know what, yeah, this thing is becoming too much. I called the landlord, which is the owner of the apartment, and I was telling him like, see what's going on with your mom and all that. And you know, I wasn't happy with what was going on, so I was trying to talk to him. The landlord just cast me. You know when somebody casts you, like he doesn't want to hear. His mom has already told him a lot of bad things that I did, which I did not do. Imaginary bad things. This was where I knew that this woman was crazy. She started saying a lot of bad things. The landlord started saying a lot of things, and I'm like, you know what, yeah, I'm done with you and your family. You people should eat your house. And that was where, you know, he said we should. He gave me quick notice. He didn't actually give me quick notice though, per se. He actually gave me quick notice initially, and then again he spoke to my dad, and you know, my dad said the landlord told him that I should stay, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not staying. In fact, it was a lot of wahala. So then again, you know, that was how he removed 50,000 naira from my money for just 2 weeks that I stayed in that apartment. He removed 50k from my money and gave me the rest and told me to leave within 2 days, or else he will bring boys to come and beat me. He will bring boys to come and beat me and chase me out of that apartment. I'm like, That was how I carried my bag. I didn't even know where I was going. I carried my bag and I saw myself in school stay. Well guys, this story is just a lot to say about Nigerian houses. Like, there's a lot of things especially when you're a single woman, to see like house is very difficult. Even when you want to rent a house as a single woman, they won't rent to you. They want you to be married. I don't know if man is going to fall from sky to come and marry you so that you rent a house or something. You cannot rent house in Nigeria as a single woman. You cannot rent house in peace. It is not possible. But anyways, I was able to overcome this big temptation because it was actually, you know, disturbing me and destabilized me. Yeah, I went in search of houses. I did not see any. Me and my sweet friends that is there, this fine girl, were looking for a house all over this village, and we did not see. You can see how terrible the village looks like. not to say anything bad, but the village is fine, like normal. That's how everybody's village is. That's how my own village is safe. But you know, it's difficult to get house in a village that you can stay in. So everything was just very, very difficult. And you know, I couldn't find like any apartment. I have to move back to the hostel. So that was how I saw myself in the hostel, and I said, I'm not doing again. I'm leaving. Peace. Landlord, it's your house. Landlady, it's your house. I've moved out. So far, I'm alive. So that's it, guys. It's getting really dark and I want to end this video. Thank you so much for watching my video to this very moment. If you have watched the video to this point, thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. I even forgot how to say these things. Like, share, comment. Please turn on your notification bell button for my next video. You guys don't know how I miss saying these things. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys.